How to paint Canoptek Wraiths. Berserk Carnage! Okay, today we're going to be looking at how to paint your Canoptek Wraith, and here's a look at the finished model to give you an idea. Now this is going to take some time, so begin by painting your model Chaos Black. Here you can see we've got my magnetized wraiths, so the claws have been removed. I'll just show you that's how they're magnetized, and you can sort of put them on to give you a better idea of sort of look it's going to have when it's all in black. And this was spray painted, but if you want you can just hand paint yours and that would be no problem. So here's a look at the whip coils and the claws as well. Right, for the next stage you're going to need a variety of greens. I like to use my Dark Angel's green, Snot green, Goblin green and Scorpion green combination. And what you're going to do for this stage is basically what I've done in all of my Necron vehicle videos, where you use the greens to outline different areas, and also you can use a darker green like Dark Angels to dry brush over the model, and this gives a green tinge to the whole thing, but also picks up in the light to give a very nice green effect. As you can see, we've used Snot green and Goblin green mainly to outline, and that helps to pick up in the light. We'll be adding a bit of Scorpion green later to add more effect, but here you can see the green sticking out. And this has also been done to the pincer section, which hasn't been put on yet. Don't do this to the main claws or the whip coils though, because you'll be seeing how we paint those a bit later on. Okay, now you want to get out your metallic colour. I went for chainmail because I want my models to be kind of clean, because they do have phase shifters after all. So here you can see the main body is done with chainmail, which is painted on most of it but dry brushed a bit towards the end to give the tail a bit more of a dirtier look. Try not to paint any of the orbs or the already greened out panels. You can see it on the back as well, which picks out the details quite nicely. It's important to note that this isn't painted exactly how GW did, so you can see a couple of sections where I put Scorpion green in, which they didn't do quite the same. Like on the orbs on the legs. And here you can see the claw, which has now been done up in chainmail to give it a nice shiny look. And that's also been done to the whip coils, which have actually been dry brushed kind of to give a nice black coating as well. And here are a couple of pieces that we're going to be adding to the base as we go on through the video. So we've just got some bits of weaponry that they're all going to be painted up and then stuck onto the base a bit later on. And here's a look at the claw that's been greened up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this claw, put it in the pincer, and show you what it looks like on the model at this stage, just to give you an idea of what it should be like so far. Right, so here it is with the claws on, just the standard claws. That should give you an idea of the sort of look you want to have so far. And here it is with the whip coils. So you see it's quite a bit of a contrast, but all the rest of it's the same, it's just the shape really. That whip coil's actually been extended, I've bent it out of shape. And the next stage, you want to get out Scorpion green, and we're going to be basing it as well. So you can see the Scorpion green has been used to paint all of the eyes and the sensory array in the back. And it's also been used extensively on the main body to pick out all of the orbs, even the ones on the sides. And we've also used a variety of greens such as Dark Angel's green to add a bit of depth around the edges of each of those orbs. And you can see the orbs in the back are also done in Scorpion green. Quite an impressive model this, very large in comparison to the previous ones. And here's a quick look at the base with that bit of Gorse Blaster on it. It's also been given a bit of grass felt from Games Workshop, and it has some rocks in there which were Games Workshop sand, which has been painted up using Codex Grey. So this is the sort of look of the model you want to be aiming for at this stage. But this is pretty much finished. So now you can put on the whip coils, and this is the sort of look you want to have for your finished model. You can go on to add highlights if you wish, and correct any mistakes obviously. And don't worry if you encounter lots of mistakes, because it can be a bit of a challenge sometimes, especially if you're tired. I made quite a few mistakes on this model, but luckily I managed to fix most of them by this stage. So that's pretty much your finished model, and here's a look at one with the claws as well. So you can see how the chainmail on the claws picks up towards the edge. So that was a look at how to paint your Canoptek Wraith. Stay tuned for more Zack Carnage videos. I'm going to be painting the Triarch Stalker as well, and a variety of other Necron models. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with all of your friends. And in the meantime, I'm going to be trying to film a bunch of battle reports, and please leave any suggestions for my army list, which I came up with. And I'll also be posting a video on how to magnetize your Wraith, so stay tuned for that as well. It should be up in about 5 minutes after this one, and I'll see you guys then.